Hey there Scapers, my name is Zenevilis and I've finally come round to figuring out what perks are useful for combat and what aren't, and this has mainly been because, well, 2 days ago they updated perks and a whole host of other invention things in the patch notes, and some of the updates that didn't include perks included the rate of drain of charge, but possibly the most important update was a fix to a glitch that was abused by no one. No, everyone abused it. Everyone abused it in the first few days of release, and that glitch was switching to your weapon last minute, just before a boss dies, and getting all the XP. Now that has been fixed. You won't be able to do that in places like Araxor. For example, you won't be able to switch to your tier 70 weapon after using your tier 90 until the last moment. So that's been fixed, and yeah, there are a whole host of perks. I won't be talking about all the perks that were updated. I'll just be talking about a few really important and useful ones. And but first of all, I'll need to actually unlock a lot of these components so that I can use them in making gizmos to show you guys. So be right back after I unlock some of the useful ones. Guys, I reckon I've unlocked everything I really need to unlock today, and in my inventory you see the armors and weapons that I use most frequently right now. You won't see some obvious ones like the Nock Staff and possibly, I guess, tier 85 Ports armor, because I'm not using them that much right now. I'm just using these things. So I'll start off with these, and I'll need 12 armor gizmos, I guess, 2 for each armor piece. So let's get started on that. Since the patch notes 2 days ago, I think the two most useful armor perks are Crackling and Absorbative. So Crackling has been updated, so now does 50% damage per rank in PvM or 10% in PvP, occasionally with a magic damage, which incidentally still happens even if you're not in combat. For example, it's really bad at Araxor Reflex and Virago Reflex. Well, I'll still be using it because I don't do Virago and I'm not going to be doing Araxor for a bit. And the other one is Absorbative. Apparently there was a 30-second, I guess, cost from your charge pack, but now that isn't the case. So those are the two perks I'll be adding, and for that I'll need 4 explosive components and 1 fungal component, I believe, to give me that small chance of adding the Absorbative perk. So I've got a lot of fungal components here. Ultimatums too, that's really useful as well. Crackling 2-3, I think I'll go for these. Hopefully I get that. Yes, I got Crackling 2, that's fine. Again, no, oh, yes, Crackling 3, Crackling 2 and Crackling 2, that's fine. I'll just need to create another armor shell, I guess. I was being a bit of a silly willy there, guys. You actually only need one perk for both the top and the bottom put together, because it's gonna use the highest ranked perk regardless. So it's not like the perks are going to stack if I put the same perk on the armor top and the armor bottom, which is why I only needed one. So I put all the Crackling perks on, and now it's time for the Absorbative perk. For this, I think the best thing to use is fungal components. I got a ton of these because I used Gano armor and Polypore staffs on my way to 99, so when I disassembled those I got a ton of fungal components, so I'm just going to use all of them. What you can also do is just use 3 of them, and if you want to combine it with the Devoted perk, then you can do that as well. I don't think the Devoted perk is quite as useful as the Absorbative perk though, in my opinion at least. Basically what the Devoted perk does is it has a 3% chance per rank that protection prayers will work at 100% for only 3 seconds. So at rank 3 it'll be a 9% chance. Regardless of the chance, the duration is only going to be 3 seconds. So I don't think that's very useful, whereas the Absorbative perk has a 20% chance to reduce an attack by 5% per rank. So potentially you could get your attacks reduced by 15% or on average 3% using this perk. So I prefer this one, so that's why I'm going to go with this. Absorbative 2, I think I might even go with 3, because you need 2 of a god component, be it Armador, Bandor, Sarah or Zami. For example, I'm going to use armor here and it'll give me a chance at Devoted 1. I don't really want it, I'm just going to go for fungal components for all 5 of them. Hopefully I'll get a few Absorbative perks here. Let's go. Yep, absorbative 3. No. Absorbative 2, not too bad. And absorbative 3. Right, let's add that to my armor then. Another perk that they updated was the biting perk, guys, and this is a perk that increases your critical hit chance by 2%. It was 1% and now it's 2%. Big difference, I know. It's definitely not worth it, so I won't be making it here because the main component required for it is a Noxious component, which you get by completely dismantling Noxious weapons, which I ain't gonna do, so I'm not going to be doing that. What I am going to be doing is the Devoted perk and the Wise perk. Now for the Wise perk, the main component is the Seren component, which is kind of rare to get. You get it from crystal items, and I've only got 4 of those, as you can see. So realistically I'm only going to be able to make 1 of those gizmos, but the other one is the Devoted perk, for which you can use any god component. So let's try the Seren component first. 4 of those and a god component there. Enlightened as well. That gives you plus 3% item XP per rank for the item it's installed on only, so I guess that's a bonus, but let's go. Hopefully this works. I'm going to be using 4 up. Please don't give me none. Yes, it worked. Alright, nice. And last but not least, for the armors, guys, we have the final slot to worry about for the armors. And for this slot I had a look at the Devoted perk, and obviously for the Devoted perk you can use any of the 4 major god components, but each of those had side effects, I guess, and the most interesting side effect was Impatient, and that was the Zamrak component side effect. Now this guy gives you an extra 3% extra adrenaline for using basic abilities. That is huge. It's only a 9% chance per rank, but 27% chance at rank 3. That is huge. So you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone by using Zamorak components here, guys, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I've got 16 Zamorak components, so I'm going to use 5 per gizmo, and hopefully I'll get those. Let's see. Impatient 3, not too bad. I want a Devoted, but whatever. Impatient 3, come on, where's the Devoted? Okay, right. Why am I not getting Devoted? I'm fine with that. That's 27% chance that I'm going to get an extra 3% extra adrenaline. Since the Zamra component didn't actually give me any chance at a Devoted perk, I guess I'll use the Bandos components. Hopefully it will. The other one's Genocidal. That's pretty useful. It's been updated as well from an extra 5% to an extra 7% damage to your current Slayer target, proportional to the progress through your task. I'm guessing the closer you are to the end, the more damage you'll do. But yeah, hopefully I'll get a Devoted. I've only got 2 more gizmos to work with here, so let's go. Yes, I did. Come on. Oh, alright. Oh well, that's fine. I'm happy with that. I've got plenty of parts for weapon gizmo shells, just not for the armor ones. But yeah, I only need 6, so let's do that. Moving on to the weapon perks, the main one, I guess, that they updated is the Equilibrium perk. Now this works in a similar fashion to the Equilibrium aura. The max hit is reduced by 1% per rank, and your minimum hit is increased by 1% per rank. It was previously down 3% for the max hit, and now it's been balanced, which makes it more appealing, I guess. And the Precise perk increases your minimum damage only by 1.5% per rank of your maximum damage, so that's a nice little increase. And what you can do is you can use all 5 Armador components to get this perk. So Precise 5, as you can see, or you can also just use 3 to get Precise 3, and I think, of course, it's Precise component for a Precise perk, right? No, it's actually for Precise as well as Equilibrium. Now the problem with this is there's a chance at the Cautious perk, which is really annoying. You can't auto retaliate, so I don't want to waste my Armador components here. What I'm going to do is combine all the, just put 5 Precise components, and you know, not use the ones that have Cautious in them, and not use ones that have Blunted in them. Okay, Blunted's fine, but I'm not going to use ones that have Cautious in them. So hopefully I get lucky and I can just get Equilibrium and Precise in a few of them, which is what I need. Exactly, yes, come on, keep this luck going. This is what I need, guys, come on, yes. Just Equilibrium, that's fine though, I don't mind. Yes, Equilibrium, Precise, come on, keep this up. No, Cautious. Precise 3, yes. Precise 3 and Equilibrium 2. I think that's enough actually. I've got Equilibrium and Precise in all of them. Might just keep going just for the lols. Alright, my luck kind of ran out, I guess. So the best one was the one that had Precise 3 and Equilibrium 2. This is it. So I'm going to use it on the one on the armor that I use most, which is the Ganodermic legging. Oh sorry, the weapon that I use most, the Augmented Staff of Light. There we go. And the other ones I will use on the other weapon. Incidentally guys, to avoid the situation where you have a lot of side effect perks, as I like to call them, what you can do is just get the rarest material for that perk. For Precise it was rumbling components. Unfortunately I didn't want to destroy any tectonic or terralith armor or even seismic to get those, so that's why I didn't have any of those. So I had to do with Precise components, which are really simple to get from like unfinished shield bows and things like that. And I also destroyed the gizmos that had bad perks on them, just to make sure I didn't use them in the future by accident or otherwise. And last but certainly not least guys, the perk updates that's probably going to save you the most cash is the Efficient perk. Now this can be used on either armors or weapons, but because weapons drain more charges than armor, for example if you have a look at the Augmented Staff of Light, it drains 2.59 charges per second, whereas the poncho and the leggings only drain 1.55. If you have a look at the Nox bow, it's 4.66. Carol's top, it's only 1.15, and Carol's skirt, it's the same. So this is really useful for weapons because weapons drain a lot more charge than armor. So I'm going to be using this on my weapon, and the way you get this is the best thing to use for these is shifting components. Now these you can get from chaotic weapons mainly, and I'll just use 5 of them because I want to get the best possible one, and ultimatum as well, because I've only got one set with the ultimatum perk, and that is the Augmented Verax Brassard, so I want to have a chance of getting the ultimatum perk. But most importantly, the Efficient perk, it can save you 18% in terms of your charge drain rate, so hopefully that happens. Let's have a look. No effect. Yes. Oh no, ultimatum's 3. No, I want Efficient. No, what the hell? No, I ran out. Okay, that failed miserably. I might try that again when I augment some chaotics and then dismantle them at level 10. Maybe I should do some chaotic staffs instead of my Staff of Light, just to make sure I get some shifting components for that Efficient perk. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video guys. I spent a lot of time researching this stuff and hopefully it helped. Just a quick recap then of the perks that are useful for armors and weapons. Starting with armors then, we have the Crackling perk, which is possibly the best perk right now in my opinion, as long as you're not doing bosses that use reflect abilities. Then we have Biting, if you can afford the Nox components, Absorbative, Devoted, and finally Impatient for the armors. And if you want to add these two, they're fine, but they're kind of you can add them to either armors or weapons I guess, and those are Wise and Enlightened. For the weapons we have the Precise perk, the Equilibrium perk, and the Efficient perk, which I wasn't very efficient at creating because I didn't create any, so I'll have to try again once I get more shifting components I guess. And even though the Efficient perk could be used on either armors or weapons, it's better to be used on weapons in terms of the amount of charges you're going to save over a period of time. So that's about it guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a quick, it's not really a quick one because I tend to ramble, but it is a comparison of the best perks that in my opinion for armors and weapons, and I will link the patch notes and some relevant links in the description below so you can check out the updates. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.